Hey guys, we're back at the Transformers store at Battersea Power Station. Hopefully you've already seen the unboxing video of this amazing figure in front of us. But what I do have here with me is also Suzanne from Robosen, who can thankfully show us a lot more of what this amazing figure can actually do. There you go.
Alrighty, so in the first video that was shown before, so you saw the unboxing of Flagship Bumblebee, a brand new product. This time around I'm going to be deep diving into the actual app itself. So let's show what that's all about. So on this tablet right here, I have the app in front of me. So just like anything else, you can see the voice commands. If you tap this, you can see all the voice commands they have. Bumblebee has 50 voice commands currently. Some of them are in development and don't work, but as the app progresses, it will become more fully featured as the product's released. So if we go back, you hit connect.
The cool thing about the app. The cool thing about the app is, like you were saying, it's constantly evolving, and as you say, it is updating. So it is, as we've already discussed, this is one of the very, very early versions of the figure. So hopefully he'll play ball with us.
Exactly. Hopefully nothing will go wrong. Well, you never know. It happens. So just like Megatron, you'll find remote control now under actions. So there's actions, create, and mini theater as mode. So if I go to actions briefly, so we go to control. Now looking at Bumblebee, you wouldn't think he's quite agile, but if I go like this, we can actually walk him around like so.
Let's go!
And you can see you can walk pretty well. We can also turn him round. A little shuffle. But his side step's pretty cool. If I go like this, nice big swings. And of course we do have a few actions as well. So we've already done the attack in the last video, so I'm not going to do that one. You can limber him up, so get him ready for his demo. Let's do that now.
You mentioned again, it is so smooth for something, as you say, in hand as well. I don't think it's coming. Hopefully, it comes across on the screen just how big he is. He's really big. And his balance is amazing. Really good.
He is. I think I'm trying to remember how tall he was. But anyway, he's in the 30s essentially. But he also has 31 servos, so all these servos are working together to make sure he moves really fluidly. We also have a third action though, so there's always a weapon action as well. So here's a gun action. I'll just get his blaster. So the blaster comes in the box. If I pull the front handle, the LED light comes on, and then we'll mount it in the right hand like so. Once in the right hand, we can then press the weapon button like this, and then time to take out some Decepticons.
And again, it's a sequence of things. It's not just him simply just picking up his gun and pointing. There's so much going on with that
It's
action.
the whole gun action, you know, it's the whole gun action. You've got to do the gunslinging action, that's what you've got to do. Now remove the weapon. Now always be careful when you're using the weapon. It's best to remove it when you're transforming, otherwise you have some accidents. But if I press this button in the middle, like so, make sure accessories have been removed, confirm, and we'll change him back.
I love the way that it uses his arms to stabilise himself as he goes back.
So good, he bends up and the servo comes out, everything's pretty nice. But as I did mention in the first video, he does have a wheel servo here, so it folds in but also turns, unlike any of the other Transformers that we do. So we go like this. Now we have three different speeds. We have the slow speed, so if we go like this, nice and slow. In fact, I'll turn the wheel for a good effect. So you see the wheel turning like that. You can even do it backwards if you want.
I love it. It's got the reversing sound rather, and of course, as we said in the previous video, because you can turn the wheels, it's a radio controlled car as well. It's fantastic.
Exactly. When it's slow like this, you can do some kind of parallel parking. It's pretty cool. But we do have two more speeds as well. So we've got normal speeds. See how fast we can bring it. So we got this. That's medium. I'll bring him back one more time.
That's fast for medium.
I know, right? But it goes faster. Would you believe it? So if I go like this,
that's rapid.
that's how fast he can go. So there we go. So that is remote control. Now if I go back, we'll go to the other areas. So Action Center is just like the voice actions, so you can go here, but you can also download more actions over time. Currently, there's probably a couple of actions here, but at the moment, as I say, it's in development, so won't show too much here, but yeah, you can download more over time, and there'll be more actions that come up in future.
Is it true as well that you can also program your own actions into it?
That is correct, sir. That is absolutely correct. So if I go back, you also have a mode called Create. Now, if you are feeling a bit more imaginative and you want to get something, you want to get Bumblebee to actually do something, then you go to Create. And there are two different modes here. So for those who use something called Scratch in school, you have the block-based mode, and it's basically a bunch of blocks, which are right here. I forget your transforms when you do this, but yeah, there we go. Now the transforms for good measure.
Still impressive.
Ready for action.
Still in development. We'll sort that part out as well. But yes, so you have the modules which you can add top to bottom, and then you can add an action module, you can add this, then you can play, and then you can play an action essentially, change the angle of each joint. So if you want a bit more precise, you can do it that way, but we'll do it the fun way today. So if I actually leave this one, we can go to manual. So these two modes are actually on other robots, but it's always good to show them. If I go to manual.
Ready for action.
There we go. You got there, you got there, you got them. His arms will be loose. So what I can do is get hands on. You can do this. You can raise his arm up like this. So we can pose him. We can synchronize. And then you'll see on the model, it changes. Then first action. We move him again. Sync. Second action. Move him again. Sync. Third action. And now we're making a little wave. So
That's it.
we'll move again. All the way down. And then we'll sync. Last action. Now if I press play, he'll do exactly what I've just done and do a little wave, like so.
So that truly, it's got to be the most interactive interactive thing I think I've ever seen. Let's be honest, I can't even think of a word to describe it.
Well, it's very intuitive. I say if you like to get hands-on and touch the robots themselves, and a lot of people have whenever I've demonstrated this, they love to get hands-on with them. Then this is a good opportunity to do that. And if you used to pose them as a kid, like you used to pose your action figures, you can do that here, and you can save the action away and play it for later, which is always quite nice. But there are actually 5 different ways to program this robot. There's 2 here. There are 2 voice ways of doing it as well. Oh
no.
So you can essentially do voice actions too. So you can say, usually you can say a voice action, but then you can say like multiple actions afterwards, and then it'll do multiple actions and chain them together. Just like manual as well. That's the second way of doing it, but you can do it with voice. Unfortunately, he does tend to kind of melt away, because when you take away the legs, he sort of falls over a bit. So at the moment, that's still in development, that part. Yeah. But there is also another way to do it, which is using the Robosen Studio online. So this will be available to program in a browser, and you can even create your own sound effects and anything along those lines, and you can upload them to the Robosen hub and share your actions, so you can see other people's actions as well.
Wow, that's brilliant. So thank you very much for the insight into it. And of course, we haven't even scratched the surface with obviously what this guy can do. So I suppose keep your eyes on us and on what's going on here to see more actions, more demos, and other things going on.
There's one more thing actually before we go there. Little surprise ending. So there is also a mini theatre mode as well. So for every robot, you usually have like these mini theatre modes where you can play a show here, and you can play a show for 2 robots. But with Bumblebee's case, he'll be able to do 3 robots. Not just himself, not just Optimus Prime, but also Megatron as well. So all 3 of them can do actions together. Yeah, and that about covers it, I think. That's everything I can show you.
That's it for this little, again, quick mini demo. As I've already said, keep your eyes on the Battersea Power Station socials and Robosen's, and of course there are going to be more videos and demos uploaded, I imagine, over the weekend when we're very lucky to have this guy in store.
Indeed there will be, and I'll be there showing him off.
Brilliant.